Who authorized you to make a backroom negotiation with the Chinese for this Scarborough?
Yes, and the
And
president...
you were telling me about treason, remember?
Yes, and
That
the president
Secretary
answered you directly that he authorized me. He told it in your face, Mr. President.
What? Yes, that's correct.
Oh, that's correct.
I accepted that because I
precisely.
did not know that you were authorized. But the fact is that I asked you, whom did you talk to in China?
I don't need to report to the Senate President, Mr. President.
You have a duty
I am
to
not,
report what you do
obliged.
as a senator to this chamber. And in fact, you have a duty to notify the office of the Senate President when you leave this country to go abroad.
But I did
And
not.
the only time that I have authorized you is one time. I do not know how many times you have been to China. My understanding is you have been to China talking to the Chinese government for 6 times already.
Yes. And I
And that
did
you
not.
have met them 15 or 16 times. For
Yes.
what reason? We do not know. Are you becoming a fifth columnist of the Chinese in this country?
The Senate President is not privy to the backroom channel talks, and I'm not obliged in any way to
I think you
divulge.
have a duty to inform the people.
I'm not. I have already informed the people, but not the Senate President. I'm not obliged to report to the Senate President, and all this line of questioning is irrelevant again. And should this line of questioning continue, I will have to say that I will refuse to yield anymore the floor.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you a question. You went to China. You asked the ambassador of the Philippines there, Madam Brady, for a meeting, and you said, do not take notes during our conversation. And you called the Secretary of Foreign Affairs a traitor. In fact, you told me that he committed treason.
Yes, it was an executive session, and we're not supposed to
And I
divulge
will
what's
read,
happening in
you
the...
want, I will read into the
What-
record your conversation with Brady
But it's
and
supposed
his
to
notes
be...
to the Department of Foreign
It's
Affairs.
supposed to be a confidential matter.
Yes, but there's nothing confidential.
Even in the executive meeting, cabinet meeting, in the cabinet meeting in Malacanang, Mr. President, I will refuse to answer if that's
Because
going
you
to be the
cannot
line.
answer the
no,
questions I'm
because
going
it's
to ask
going
you
to
about
be
your
improper
meeting.
in this particular interpretation.
Because you cannot answer
I
the
can
questions
answer.
I'm going to
I
ask
can
you.
answer, but I won't be baited into that trap.
You met,
The point
you met
here
Brady.
is, Mr. President, this is
Mr.
how I felt.
President, may I request this gentleman
Mr. President,
to
in
be
that case,
admonished.
I will refuse to yield the floor anymore
Well,
for
in that case, I
any
will read it
interpretation.
read into the record the notes that Mrs. Brady or Ambassador Brady wrote about your conversation with her in Beijing on August 12, 2012. You want me to read
point
this?
of order, Mr. President.
You want me to read this?
A point of
What is
order.
the point of order?
The
gentleman from
the
Bicol?
Senate President may reveal sensitive information pertaining to foreign relations and national security, and I believe it is out of order in
You
this
do not teach me what
session.
the parliamentary proceedings. I'm not answerable to anybody
There
about
is a
what
point
I
of
say
order,
in this hall.
Mr. President.
The Senate President may proceed.
All right, and I have here the white paper that you've been writing about the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. August 17 2012. He cannot take the hit. He's a coward. Senator Trillanes requested that no notes be taken. That's one. Two, what the Chinese want is to tone down the rhetoric. He met the night before
Mr. President.
with the senior Chinese
Point of order, Mr.
MFA
President.
officials.
Mr. President, excuse
With the
me, point of
permission.
order.
Yes.
Mr.
The
President,
gentleman from Taguig.
Just a point of inquiry and a point of order. Senator Trillanes had the floor, and he refuses to answer more questions. So the Senate President has all the right to continue and to speak if he rises on a point of personal privilege.
Well,
But-
then I will take the...
Yes, Mr. President. My apologies, sir. I'd just like to also mention that I am sad that this discussion is taking place, and I understand, sir, the sensibilities. But may I also just put on record that, or ask the chair, the Mr. President, that if some of these things we're discussing now affects national security, although I deeply regret that this is happening, I deeply understand, Mr. President, the sensitivities being taken place.
Your Honor, I've been
Yes, sir.
in charge of national security in this country before you were born. And I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, Mr. President, I'm just saying that since we are entering an emotional phase of the discussion...
No, I'm not
Mr.
emotional.
Well,
The truth must be told.
Anyway, Mr. President, no one can stop a senator from standing up and saying his piece.
I did not start this, you know. If
Yes,
you
Mr.
start
President.
a fight with me, then I'll take you on.
Yes, Mr. President, I'm not objecting now because he has the right to take the floor on his own time now. I'm just a very humble reminder, sir, that if it is a executive session or if this was told in confidence...
No, I'm
or
going
this
to
affects
speak
national-
to the Filipino
Mr.
people
President.
about this.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, the Senate President has been accused by another colleague.
I will just read
I think
these
we'll let
notes
the,
of Mrs. Brady
we'll let the Senate
about
President continue.
this meeting with Trillanes in Beijing. And one, Senator, this is dated 17 August 2012. These are notes made by, I have it here with me, the official copy. But I had it enlarged because I have a problem with reading. And I will read it to you. Yes. This is my own time now. One, Senator Trillanes requested that no notes be taken. Two, what the Chinese want is to tone down the rhetoric. He met the night before with senior Chinese MFA official, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Three, Senator was initially approached by Executive Secretary. Four, when he got involved, it was in the height of the problem. He had to find out what was happening, so he tried to see whether this was a move of the Americans. He was suspecting the Americans as involved in the conflict. You know, it's irrelevant because
Yes.
you are telling falsehoods here.
I take exception to that statement.
I
Mr.
am
President.
saying you are telling falsehoods here
Well,
because there are records of our proceedings.
Well, Mr. President,
All right.
okay.
Isn't it a fact that you are angry at me because you were asking me for an additional budget for your oversight committee, and I did not allow it?
No, that is a falsehood,
All
Mr.
right.
President.
Okay, but the record is
Which
such
record?
now.
Which record, Mr. President? Which record, Mr. President? Can, if you want, if you are actually daring this representation, Mr. President, for us to take out the list that detailed the actual budget for all the oversight, we can go there, but I'm not inclined to, Mr. President.
You know, Mr. Senator, I was the one who took you out of the rut where you were imprisoned in Camp Crame. I never did this before. I went out of my way to talk to people so that you can get back here in the Senate, and I guaranteed your presence here. But I'm not saying this because
Precisely
I want
you're
you
saying
to
it, Mr.
owe
President.
any favor to me. I'm just putting that on record to show the character of each one of us here. Okay, second, I'm sure that you resented my statement when we were in the cabinet, when you were presenting your supposed position as against the position of the Department of Foreign Affairs when President Aquino invited me to attend a cabinet meeting on the Scarborough problem. And I told you,